What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for today's video, I had to kind of decide what I wanted to do here. Typically, the dev team at XDefiant put out patch notes a day before, and usually those, updates happen on Wednesday. So I'm expecting the day of this recording on Tuesday, those patch notes are going to go live. But at the same exact time, Mark Rubin came out and actually gave us a ton of good information about the future of XDefiant and what to expect within the upcoming next, couple to a few months leading into Season 2. So what I'm going to do today is discuss those specific, concepts, ideas, what to expect in the future, because I think we all know what's happening within patch 1.5. It's mostly going to be a massive movement change going on here. And yes, it's going to be big, and we're going to discuss it, but when it comes to patch notes, I don't know. If they do release them later down the road today on Tuesday, I might, I don't know. We'll see how in-depth they are. But in reality, I think what I'm going to do here is test out the actual patch itself and then, go ahead and describe it to you guys, let you guys know if it's worth it, if it was good, if it was bad. So, of course, if you guys are interested in any of that, I believe, typically, this is very typical for this team, but usually they drop the patches on Wednesday. But since Call of Duty Next is Wednesday, which is today, I'm not sure how they're going to handle this. I don't know if they're going to push it back a day or if they're going to drop it on top of Call of Duty Next. Regardless, if you guys want to go ahead and check out my impressions of everything, I will be streaming today over on Twitch, both Call of Duty Next and, of course, if the new update drops for XDefiant, you can see me test that out live in action as well. If you guys want to see any of that stuff, the link to my Twitch channel is down in the description of this video, and that stream goes live at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to really deep dive into everything Call of Duty Next has to offer, if there even is anything to offer that hasn't been leaked already. And then, of course, like I said, we're going to go ahead and check out the movement. But like I said in today's video, I want to hyper-focus on the information that Mark Rubin gave to us for future updates within XDefiant, because he has a lot of juicy details within here. And again, I'm not going to be listing off any of this stuff in any specific order. I'm just kind of cropping everything off of Twitter and showcasing it to you guys. But first and foremost, this is a good one right here from James. Is the new map coming in 1.5 this week? And Mark says, yes, it is. And if you are a fan of small maps, it's a good one. And I don't want to be, a spoiler or anything of that sort. But again, me, myself, and a lot of other people who played the update when it first dropped, Season 1, again, I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't think it was on purpose, but they accidentally put Rockefeller into the rotation. So we got to play it, and let me tell you guys something. It is going to be fun. A lot of the arena-style map fans, you're going to be happy with this one, and hopefully it'll be enough to kind of hold us over a little bit more until Season 2 can drop. And like I said, I really hope the development team hyper-focuses arena-style maps. Again, I don't want Escort and Zone Control to go into the dust, right? It's still a part of the game. But I really don't think they should hyper-focus those maps at this current moment. I know they probably already have, every season, I guarantee there's going to be 2 arena maps and 1 escort map / zone control. I guarantee it. I just hope that within Season 2, they drop the 2 arena maps first, and then they drop the escort map last, instead of putting, the escort map in the middle or first. No. Let's try to prioritize these things a little better here, especially when it comes to the community and getting them back into the game. The next point right here is an absolute huge one. This one is by Black Shadow. When can we expect the next patch regarding Netcode? Still in Season 1? And Mark Rubin put out the post saying, so the next noticeable change won't be in Season 1. So this week, we are launching patch 1.5, and then we are in submission for Season 2. So we can't launch any more patches in that window. Many of the recent changes we've made towards Netcode have been telemetry-based to help us diagnose and fix the different issues. But we're working on some big bandwidth changes that should help a lot, as our MTU is a bit on the large size and needs to be reduced. These changes should go in over several patches in Season 2. That's our current estimation unless we discover something new. Again, I know a lot of people are going to complain and say, I've already seen a ton of people on Reddit and on Twitter saying, oh, it's done. No way this is going to last. No, I just can't handle it anymore. It's so funny, man. It's not done. It's perfectly fine. People will eventually trickle back in, and the game will always have some type of player base, even if it's not completely popping. But there's other games out there that go a year plus without resolving anything, okay? This game it's 2 months in, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And Season 2 is less than a month away. So in less than 3 months, we're already going to see some more changes. And then maybe 3.5 months, 4 months in, we're going to see some much more significant changes. I don't think that's shabby, as long as the changes are actually going to be beneficial for the overall audience. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see how this goes, because the first round wasn't too shabby. And the first round, according to Mark Rubin, wasn't even the big round. It was just, little things here and there to gain more information on how they can really truly attack. So with those small changes already feeling pretty nice, I cannot wait to see what an overall massive change is going to feel like for this experience here. So again, I know people are going to be salty with this one, but patience is key when it comes to perfecting a netcode without absolutely destroying it. The only thing I will say is I am kind of disappointed that we are not going to be seeing any more patches between now and Season 2. It is a little sad. That's one of my favorite things about XDefiant is that there's literally an update either every week or every other week. But typically it doesn't miss more than 2. I mean, that's probably around about where we're at right now, from now going on to Season 2. But it's probably more like 3 weeks, something of that sort. So, it is what it is. I just hope that we get a nice juicy boy patch when Season 2 drops. Again, I'm not expecting, obviously all the netcode changes then, because he clearly said it's going to be across Season 2, so it's going to be multiple different updates. But I do expect to see a lot of saucy good stuff for the community within Season 2, and things that will really get people hooked and back into the experience for the overall community. This next point right here, I think a lot of you guys are going to love this one, because I know I for sure love this one. From Robert saying, is the objective XP somewhere on the to-do list? I understand that might not be a priority at the moment, but I wonder if it's on the whiteboard to work on. And Mark responds saying, it is on the list and will probably be in mid-season 2. And to be clear for anyone reading, what this means is that objective XP will now contribute to weapon leveling mastery. This is absolutely phenomenal, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was getting a bit worried that it was just kind of an idea chucked to the side. But, they have a lot of work to do. It's a lot of things to prioritize in XDefiant. And something like giving you a little bit more additional XP towards weapons, yeah, it's great and all, but again, I think they have bigger things to kind of work on here. So I completely understand, but to hear that it's coming in mid-season 2 is just great. That's fantastic news. It's awesome to know that it's still a concept. It's something they want to implement, and I'm extremely excited to give it a go. And this will make the weapon leveling grind so much better, because it really is a massive difference between team deathmatch and objective game modes when it comes to how much you could level up your weapon. It seriously is. When double XP goes live, I guarantee over half the the player base goes over to TDM. They're not even playing objective, because that's where you want to grind. If you go on a long streak, the amount of XP that you get per weapon is just insane. Like, I've been able to level out full guns just in like a handful. It's wild, the things that you could do with the double XP token on double XP day in Team Deathmatch. But once this gets implemented, all game modes will hopefully be viable, and that will be even better. Next up from Guards asking, will there be leaderboards for unranked modes? I'm literally dying to know. Love the game, but have more fun in bubs than ranked. And Mark responds saying, at some point, we'd like to post official leaderboards, but the priority is lower than some other things we are working on right now. This is something that I agree with, though. This is something that I love. It's one of the main things I love about OG COD, like thinking back to Modern Warfare 3, the OG just hopping on the leaderboards or having lobby leaderboards and just seeing the level of everybody in the lobby and, seeing where everybody's ranked at and trying to compete a bit to get higher and higher. That's always fun for the casual experience. Little things like that add to the experience of wanting to improve at these games. Their stat page is already pretty decent, and it encourages me to want to try to improve at the game, and it's fun to watch go up and see it fluctuate, but I think something a bit more detailed, especially having a lobby leaderboard or leaderboards in general for casual play, would be absolutely great. And it's good to know that the team is thinking about this. Obviously, yes, that is definitely, I agree, it's a low priority compared to other things that need to be worked on. But it's nice to know that sometime down the road, we can have this in the discussion a bit more, and we might be able to implement this a bit further. Moving on, another good one here by Lil Bonnie, I believe. Even if I don't get an answer, I won't give up until I hear the opponent's steps again. I'll get an answer at some point. And Mark responds saying, footstep audio is getting rebalanced. The volume on your own footsteps also got too loud, and that will be adjusted as well. Also, totally depends on your audio setup. When I use my headphones, I hear them fine, but on speakers, I don't hear them. But audio is always tricky, as everyone's setup can vary greatly. Again, I never really have too much of an issue. Now, I do obviously use a headset. I'm not on, you know, speakers or anything of that sort. So I never really got to experience that. But on my headset, I'd never really had too much of an issue. I'm curious what you guys have to say. Do you guys notice what Mark is saying here? If you actually play on a TV or you play on a monitor and you use the speakers, not headphones, do you notice that the Footstep audio is a bit more odd? And if you do use headphones, is it still odd for you guys? Regardless, it's getting reworked, and hopefully that will be improved for the overall community here. And then the last thing here, honestly, not too crazily big for me, but I know a lot of people have been waiting for the bomb mode. You know, an S&D style mode in XDefiant. I know it's going to be huge for a lot of players. But Jeremy asked, thought bomb was coming in Season 1. And Mark responded saying, we were hoping to get bomb in on the last patch, but it didn't make it. But it will be in for Season 2. Honestly, I'll be real with you guys. I'm going to be real here. I know I'll probably get a lot of hate for this. More than likely so. I think it's better that the bomb mode is being pushed to Season 2. I know a lot of people want it now, but honestly, it might just add a little bit more hype to the overall season. I think it's nice to have a nice packed season, and again, we have no clue what else is in store for us besides having a new faction, a new map, you know, tons of exciting things, obviously. But adding in Search and Destroy on top of all that, I think will really add to the overall vibes of the, you know, just the content flow. So again, I know people are probably salty about this, but overall, at least we are going to see it very shortly here. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys. Again, I don't know, more than likely, because I'm recording this on Tuesday, and right now, you know, as I'm recording this, there still are no patch notes for XDefiant, you know, patch 1.5. So, I don't know. I'm probably not going to discuss it too heavily. And if the patch does drop on Wednesday, I'll just kind of combine a video together for you guys. Instead of having a patch notes discussion and then an actual, you know, me diving deep and playing it and actually giving a real opinion on what, you know, the update was, I'm just going to combine it together, right? I'll read the patch notes on my own, not discussing in a video. We'll go into the game, we'll test things out, and then I'll go ahead and obviously make a full video discussing the patch notes and then giving my opinion on if it actually was functional or not. But again, keep in mind, the movement update is coming, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a juicy one, so keep your eyes peeled. Again, if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, subscribe, hit that bell. I post daily here, everything that's updated about XDefiant and Black Ops 6. And if you want to see me play, obviously, the update live, or even watch me stream the COD Next event, which is today, I will be live over on Twitch starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when COD Next starts. And if the update for XDefiant is going to be live today as well, I'll probably check that out around 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Because more than likely, again, like I said, I don't know realistically how much we'll see at COD Next, right? The whole game has already been leaked. How much will they really have to offer? But again, if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, I have a link to that channel down in the description of this video. As always, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.